Hey guys, this is Melissa for Pep Talk UK. I am joined at the London Bridge Hotel with a man who needs absolutely no introduction, but we'll give you one anyway. The master of knowledge.
A little bit.
A little bit. Mr. Spencer Fearon. How are you doing, Spencer?
I'm really good, even better for seeing you and being in this nice surroundings of the London Bridge Hotel. It's even better.
It's quite plush surroundings.
It's very, very nice hotel.
Yeah, it is nice. It's a nice setting to be in. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today.
It's mine.
So, first and foremost, I'm sure you've explained this 1,000 times over, but the Master of Knowledge, that's a big title.
Yeah, I explain it all the time. Coogan from IFL, he called me the knowledge, and when Instagram came out, he called me the knowledge ages ago on one of his videos, and everyone started to call me. It just caught on from there, and then when I went on to get a hashtag on Instagram and on Twitter, you couldn't get the knowledge.
Really?
Yeah, because it was taken.
Right.
So I just went with Master of Knowledge, or Master Knowledge, and then everyone just stuck from there. So it's been years. So I think it was like, Andy Joshua would call me that regular. Like, he wouldn't call me knowledge, he'd say Master Knowledge all the time.
Yeah.
Then it just kind of stuck from there.
Yeah. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Because knowledge is, well, you know, not to quote the obvious, but like knowledge is power. And obviously, you know, being able to have knowledge and also impart knowledge on people, that's a really important thing to do. Would you say that kind of being able to like set an example is an important part of your process?
I think as you get older, we're getting old now, so it's grades and everything. Right, but as you get older, you start to see things differently. And like when I was young, when I first came into the game, like retiring from boxing and then getting into the other side of it, like managing, training and promoting guys. But then also like on this punditry role. Yeah. And when you start doing that, then at the time, then I just want to prove to everyone I knew more than everybody else. Now I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I know what I know, and what I know has kept me in good stead, and it's made me create wealth off of what I know. So because of that, and I think like people also got to realize that every single person on the planet, we have 7 billion people on the planet, right? Or 7.5 billion people on the planet. Everybody's uniquely special. So if everybody holds into their own who they are, then everyone's going to be alright. So I'm just holding into who I am, and I claim who I am. And like, you know, you got to aim it to claim it. So if you don't aim for something, you can't claim it because you're not aiming at anything, right? It was Les Brown always says like, it's not that people aim too high and miss, it's that they aim too low and hit. So I'm always going to aim high, and I'm always going to regard myself in being someone of stature, regardless what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. Exactly. I believe that as long as my children look on that and say, well, my dad's the guy, then I'm winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what matters.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, your perception of yourself is the thing that's valuable, right? And that's the thing that we internally project outwards, you know, what we believe ourselves to be. So I think that's having that sort of self-assurance and also just being comfortable in what you know and what you are.
100%.
Yeah.
I think we as human beings need to realize that we're only valuable if we add value to other people's lives, right?
Absolutely.
All right, and so I try my best to add value to people's lives. I try to be caring and compassionate for most of the things that I do. But what you realize is that other people can have issues as well.
Yeah.
Other people could have issues with you just being you.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
And it doesn't matter, no matter how hard you try and change them or whatever, they're never going to change. So you've got to leave those people, and everything's about progression, not regression. So you've got to constantly keep on progressing.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And that's how I live my life. And like, I try my best to live my life that way, and I try my best to be a positive role model. Sometimes I can say some dumb stuff because I'm human. Right?
Yeah, of course. No one's flawless, right?
Right, exactly. But what people need to look at is, you don't look at like, what we do as human beings is we look at the 1% of the dumb shit that comes out of people's mouths, and and not the 99% of the good shit that comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
That's the human condition, isn't it? Kind of focusing in or like honing in on like the negative and disregarding the positive.
You know why? You know why people do that? Because it makes themselves feel better about their lives.
Absolutely.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So yeah, your life, your career, it's obviously like an incredibly prosperous one. It's really impressive, the stuff that you do and have done. Something that's really just wonderful, in my opinion, is the setting up of the MTK Global Foundation. Heading that, that's, you know, the ethos behind it, in my opinion, is wonderful and hugely important, societally speaking. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, I've just been very, very fortunate. It was like Sandra Vaughan, who heads up MTK Global right now. She contacted me about a year ago. They've seen the stuff that I do within the community here, and they said, right, Spence, we'd like to help you. And then it's just gone from there. It's like we've helped so many people off of the back of it. I mean, so many people, and like so many people in my community as well, right? Who are fortunate, who've been fortunate to receive grants. And I'm the kind of person that wants to help every single person. Like, I can't help it.
No,
right? But I'm very grateful that I got support, and it's called MTK Global Foundation. But when you look at the Global Foundation, you have to have that structural base of engineering, like it says in scripture, the man that built his house on the sand and the man that built his house on the rock. So I've been very, very fortunate that if people don't see what's going on right now, MTK Global are taking over everything. They're starting with MTK Global Music right now. You can see the waves that run in the boxing, and they were the ones who were incremental in the $103 million deal that Tyson Fury signed with ESPN. It was them that structured it, right? Don't get twisted and think it was anybody else. It was MTK Global that structured that deal. I'm very close to like all the guys inside of MTK Global, because what happens in boxing, this is the most beautiful thing inside of boxing. Inside boxing, when you're dealing with the pugilistic arts, color is irrelevant.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
Right. Color is irrelevant.
Yeah.
It becomes relevant when you become more a manager and a trainer. That's when you start seeing it, right? And it could be the same people who were boxers and where color wasn't irrelevant, then they're making it relevant when they start to promote or they start to do. I've seen this, right? And no one like recent doesn't exist because it actually does exist, right? But the thing about it is this: I refuse to buy into the narrative of racism. I also refuse to buy into the stereotypes of where you've come from is going to define where you're going to. That's absolute rubbish, right? So with the foundation now, we've had a great opportunity to improve people's lives, and it's only going to get better because it was me little one doing it at the start when we was doing the foundation, and now it's growing, but it's the fact of like change people's lives. If I show you the message that I get, the thank you letters that I get, like which we don't publicize, but I'm just grateful to be in the position that I am.
It's very rewarding.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really rewarding thing when you can impact even one person's lives, let alone being able to reach out across a community, across a society, and make that sort of difference.
Most definitely. It's like this month, it was Nuruddin Aziz, he's a counsellor in Great Harlem. They're inviting me to go to Bosnia.
Wow.
Right. Now imagine it's me, I'm going here and I'm going here to actually speak, to give motivational speaking to these young kids. Trust me, I'm actually living the dream. I am actually living the dream.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's incredibly inspirational. And obviously, you know, as I mentioned, really important for where we're at, because, you know, it's the old sort of story, which isn't a story, it's the truth, that boxing has helped so many people kind of diverge from a life that may have brought them to less positive outcomes. And it's so important, like now, not more than ever, but now as well as forever, that there is something out there that people can focus on, because I feel like, you know, societally speaking, lots of young people may not have a focus, and that's what kind of drives them to a life that could get them into trouble effectively.
Well, I would agree, but what I do also know is like opportunity is the aim of the oppressed. If somebody has an opportunity, certain things that you could easily go down the road to do, you've got an opportunity to go elsewhere, you're going to go elsewhere.
Absolutely that,
because you're going to wait up and say, well, this looks like a better life.
Yeah.
But people are, you also got to grow up for it. It's not, things don't happen by chance, it's by choice.
Yeah.
So most of the stuff that you see our young kids who are getting into trouble right now or doing is because they have no direction. Absolutely. They have no direction because they have no leaders. They have no leaders because 9 times out of 10, and forgive me if I'm wrong, look at the parental structure within the home, right? So if you've got your mum there but not your dad, if you've got your dad there not your mum, it's gonna have adverse effects.
Absolutely.
So I've been very fortunate. I haven't come from a broken home, right? But sometimes it happens. 2 parents just don't get on, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it's been a broken home, but you have to see like what are you doing to that child. So you got to be there for that child, and that's not the easiest thing, right? So I count my blessing for the relationship I've got with all my kids and stuff, but it's incremental, right? In showing young kids a focus and a focus which is that of compassion, and to teach them compassion and love. Marcus Garvey famously said, if only we knew of the greatness of where we came from, we'd be less inclined to disrespect ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
So if I'm showing you like, so unfortunately now, right now in the society that we live in, the young kids, we are living in a microwave society. Everything is here and now. Yeah. Right? It's not like no one wants to grow up, no one wants to build up things to get platforms.
No, it's that instant gratification.
Right, exactly. And that's why we have Instagram that's so popular right
yeah.
Right? All these, because everybody wants to be famous right now. I'm saying, okay, cool, but build something that's gonna last and have legacy towards it.
100%, 100%. And that's exactly why the work of foundations such as MTK Global Foundation, these kind of things are so important to have in place. Those being able to provide role models, examples, and opportunities, as you say. Yeah, that's wonderful.